what's going on? How are you doing?
John Wakes. High five.
It's big with you today, John.
There's one person watching.
I took a half day at work and I think kind of sucks. So, here, I'm just gonna sit here. I might as well just do a live. So, nothing real crazy going on.
Big.
So, Big O, how are you doing? How's your day going, man? Anything exciting with you? Georgian, how are you? Move that shit so fucking dogs can walk through, please. How's your guys' week going so far? Anything exciting? Got off early because we finished the job. Stupid hot outside, yeah. It's fucking... I should pull up the weather because that barometric pressure feels like it's doing some stupid shit. That's probably why I have a headache. I don't get headaches real often, but I definitely got one today. Papas, how are you doing? I'm good, man. Are you done with your live? I caught you in part of it. What do we got for pressure? Barometric pressure 30.26. It's fluctuating a little bit up and down. Emir, how are you doing? Instinct, what's going on? Nothing much. Georgia has been pouring for 4 days straight. Hasn't stopped for a second. Really? That's a lot of rain, man. Instinct, just killing some time. I took a half day at work today. My head hurt, so 7:45 I left. I got to leave work this morning. That was 7:45 in the morning. That's already a half day in, so that's all right. Been done. I already took a nap. It's kind of early. Well, no, you're ahead of us. You're on the East Coast. Sue, how are you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Cameron, same with you, man. I appreciate you stopping in. I'm in Georgia. It's clear here in South Georgia. Natalie, I appreciate you stopping in. Do I have a 40? Yeah, I got a couple of 40s. I have a Glock that's chambered in 40, and I have a Tactical Sport Orange 2 that's chambered in 40. So nothing real big. Calvin, how are you doing? John, I'm not into giving stuff away, but I wish I could own one legal those guns. Yeah, where do you live that you can't legally own firearms? Ammo. How are you doing, man? Do you have a Gene lock? Yeah, I got a Gene lock. Bro's ready for World War II. No, not with this stuff. How do you feel about SIG these days? I'll come back to that in a second. Instinct, I really appreciate you, man. That helps. That helps a lot. We get a few sponsors on our channel once in a while, and what we use that money for is it goes into junior shooting. So mainly my kids, they shoot competition, so we take anything we make off of this and we put it into their match fees or ammo fees. or we take my daughter's friends shoot and whatnot. So, let's see. FE drink more. Yeah, it will. That's part of why I came home. I thought you get banned if you show guns on YouTube. Nope, you can show guns on YouTube. You just can't handle them. As far as Sig 320, I think what Sig is doing is shitty. But this isn't something new. This isn't a problem that just happened in the last 6 months. You know, I've been talking about SIG problems for years. So when the lizards from Mars come, lizard commies from Mars, yeah, we gotta watch out for them, man. We live in the Netherlands. Even plastic shooting BB guns and slingshots are illegal. Really, slingshots too? You got banned for a week. Well, you were probably too close to them. If you notice, it's a table, there's no hands, bodies, or anything in the frame, and that's done by design. You'd carry the shadow system for sure. I like the shadow system, John. I think I'm going to do some trigger work on it, though. So, I think that'll help my daughter shoot a little better on your shadow system. No, trigger. Let's see. I love Netherlands and are wrong, though in Italy, you just need to write permits. Yeah, I don't know, ammo. Can't own legally automatic knives or balisongs or anything. It's funny you say that because until we got concealed carry in the state I live with, you couldn't have automatic knives or butterfly knives or any of that either. Now you can. So that's alright. Avoid crows. You got a nice M16 with you. Okay, that's nice. Also, expandable batons, pepper spray OC is legal here. You have serious freedom over there. We have some freedom. Everybody's trying to take it away, man. It's always a fight. You were doing a tutorial on cleanliness. Yeah, you were handling. Yeah, that'll get you, man. You can't handle them on lives. I want the bottom one. So. One thing I'll tell you about handling guns, like I've cleaned barrels, I've cleaned slides, but if you clean the part that looks like a firearm, if you know the grip on an AR-15 or something, if they can see the grip, that is what triggers the algorithm. So if you're cleaning just the barrel or the, like on the Ruger, the frame, the upper frame, you get away with that. I've done that. So you're not shooting any, what do you mean? We shoot them all the time. Feel free to check out the channel. Hey, if you guys win, since we got a few of you in here, would you be so kind as double tap the screen for me? So. And me. Who are you calling ISIS? So, not sure if that's directed towards me, but whatever. Pat, how are you doing, man? I appreciate you stopping in. Well, you should be banned on YouTube too, so feel free to troll. It's just helping me. I won't even boot you out because, I mean, fortunately this live is monetized, so you're welcome. Hang out, help my algorithms. Your interaction will help push this to others and make me money so I can shoot more guns. So thank you, sir. We appreciate you. Waynsky, Allah Akbar. That urban gray looks so nice on CZ's. It does. It's a cool vibe. You know, the first time I looked at it, I don't know, it didn't like do anything for me. And over the years of having it, I like it. It's grown on me. It's just a little different. You know, you're used to looking at black firearms or stainless or whatever, but I do like it now. It's kind of cool. It's grown on me. It's different. Yeah, Instinct, I hope you sub to the channel. We do a lot of match shooting, a lot of competition. We started doing videos in the POV, so like, you know, first person shooter games, or, you know, not saying to shoot, but we're doing camera angles like that on stages and plate racks and stuff, so it kind of turns out pretty cool. Do you like your shadow system over Glock? I do like the shadow system. There's some things I really like about it. So I don't know if I would tell somebody to buy that over a Glock, depending on what they're going to do with it. But it's a nice gun. You know, I don't feel like I got ripped off or taken advantage of for it. I mean, it's more expensive than a Glock, but it does have some extra features that a Glock doesn't have, so you pay more for it. Focus, how are you doing, man? I'm glad you stopped in. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. Yeah, I appreciate it, Instinct. You can always use the support. So, Instinct, if you have a channel, leave me a message in my short so I can find your channel. I don't have the computer open to be able to pull you up, but I'll gladly check out your channel and sub back. So that goes to any of you guys that are coming in here. I'm always willing to subscribe to other people's channels, but you got to go in my shorts and leave me a message. Let me know you were here in the lives. 223 DMR, man, how are you doing? I appreciate you coming in. Always enjoy having you here. Chillin', bro. Hope all is well. Yeah, it's good. I left work this morning. I had a just horrible headache. So I took a half day at work and came home and just been drinking water since, trying to, I don't know, I probably got dehydrated yesterday. It was stupid hot yesterday. So, are you a collector? Yeah, I'm a collector. I'm a shooter. Not even so much a collector, I'm a shooter. So, I shoot my fire, my blah, blah, blah. My kids are shooters. We shoot different types of competitions, so we have different firearms for them things. Sig malfunction, yeah. I'm not sure if that's a question or if a statement. And the ones that do sub, he's good about showing up. Yeah, man, I show people support. That's important to me. I'm not this guy who just tells everybody to sub, and only time you see me around is when you're in my stuff. I make a point of making sure I come in everybody else's stuff. That's important to me. That's legitimately, it's important to me. So the more guns you own, the smaller the pen is. Yeah, I have a small peepee, dude. No doubt. It's 2 inches without foreskin. Hard. A solid 2 inches without foreskin. Why do they look like toys? Probably because you have very little experience with firearms. God's out. I appreciate you stopping in. Hi, how are you? I never comment on anything because I am better than everyone. Yeah, I know. You are the god. Ammo's the god. Ammo's a good dude. I like him, man. I don't know how many of you actually interact with him outside of YouTube or whatever, but I chat with him, I'll call him up randomly. He'll send me a message randomly, and I enjoy that. It's really cool. What's the bottom left one? The bottom left one is a Ruger Mark IV, 2245 light. It was a Lipsy special. That's my daughter's gun, yeah. You hate slide cuts on pistols? Well, I don't know if they serve a purpose or not, other than making the slide lighter. So when you start adding optics, it does benefit it to have a lighter slide. Man with no gun has no PP. Yeah? I don't have experience with guns. They actually look like toys to me. Yep. What's the oldest one you have? The oldest firearm I own, obviously not out here, but it's a 1903 Ivor Johnson? Or no, it's an H&R Target. What's the oldest one you have? Answer that. Relukis, I'm good. How are you? Hope your day's going one. I don't think any of them belong to George Floyd anymore. I think he lost his privilege. Can I ask how old your daughter is? My daughter is 11. Airport, not sure what you're talking about there, Neuro, but how are you? Thanks for coming in. I feel like guns and children ain't a good idea. Well, tell you what, man, go to the channel and realize every kid is different. And in my family, my daughter's 11 now. She's been competing with rifles since she was 8. And my other 2 kids have as well. I guarantee she knows more about firearms than most people do, including firearm safety. You don't just take a kid shooting, you teach them. So, very, very knowledgeable. She's a first degree black belt at 11 years old, and she's a competition shooter. My middle son's a second-degree black belt and a competition shooter. My oldest, he didn't get any black belts, but he did Taekwondo, Krav Maga, and karate. So, I don't care if you're saying I'm a bad person. I'm just saying every kid is different. Just like every adult, there's a lot of adults that shouldn't know firearms. You need a mod. I have a couple mods on here. And actually, if Ammo comes back in and comments, I'll make him a mod. I think I'm mods on his channel. 11 has a gun. My dad doesn't even let me look at one. She has a bunch of guns, actually. So do my kids. Every year since my kids have Christmas or their birthday, they get a gun. So 3 kids. I mean, my oldest is 5, but 3 kids. I'm not buying 3 guns at Christmas. So either for their birthdays or for Christmas, depending on how things fall, they get guns. You're a black belt in Taekwondo. There you go. Very, very, very good. Seems you raised them. Yeah, my kids are very, very respectful, very disciplined. They're good kids. Gabriel, is that your sound regarding? It is. It's the MC Deluxe. I have a Beretta too. I bought it because it was shiny. I don't know. It's all right. You know. Can I be a mod? Instinct. You come in a few more lives, and yeah, I'll make you a mod. But I don't just give that out. I had some negative experiences with that where it really hurt my channel. They were blocking people and removing comments and doing all kinds of stuff. So I'm really, really careful now. But if you want to be a mod, like I said, I'll see you in the next couple lives. I'll see you in my comments and my shorts, and we'll develop communication and trust, and absolutely. Gun safety is real. It is real. So, damn bro, whole family is John Wick type. Yeah. Hola, how are you doing, Nova? I don't know martial arts, but I do know Shogun. There you go. I like those G10 grips. Yeah, they're a little aggressive. They've smoothed out, from using them. But when I first got them, they were like, almost they wanted to cut you. They were sharp enough. Yeah, most of my people don't just block people. They're pretty good about it, but I still want to get to know you. I mean, you got to understand, the channel's monetized. We're trying to do things the right way, and one bad apple spoils the bunch. You used to do drugs? Well, I'm glad that you said used to. Is that AS and W22 in the lower right? No, that's a tandem cross lower with a Ruger 2245 target upper. So it's a tandem cross gun, but it's actual 22. You're the perfect mod. You heard what I said to the other guys. You know what I mean? Any FRT triggers? Nope, I don't have any FRT triggers. Been wanting to try out the Daria M9 clone. Yeah, I've heard people talking about them. I haven't shot one, but I was school hall monitor 7 years in a row. There you go, 7 years probably in middle school. So that's okay, or elementary. I'm the only person to have graduated the 5th grade with my kids. Have you ever tried to change? I lost your comment, Ammo. How come one of them have a different bullet that's bigger? It's just the way it's sat. I turned it around. It's all the same size. They're all 56s on that one. It was sitting goofy, so I turned it around. I was held back a few years. That's okay. I mean, you made it through now, right? Gage! Come turn the computer on so I can catch these comments. I used to do drugs. Friggin' Javer won't pick up. Yeah. That'll happen, man. Drugs are bad. They cost too much. And it puts people in a bad state. If you want to have nice things, that doesn't mean guns, but nice things, house, cars, that stuff. Don't drink, don't do drugs. It's an expensive hobby, and at the end of the day, you don't have anything to show for it. So, what do you think would be the best gun to start with? Something that doesn't cost a lot, but won't break easily. It depends on what you want. I mean, is always a good firearm to start, be it a pistol or a rifle. Because it gets you out shooting, and it's not making you flinch or anything else, so you can have a lot of fun with it. Sorry I'm a novice. at this. Sorry, sounded good. Hey, I'm gonna say this too because the comments are going pretty quick. If I miss your comment, if you see me read a couple comments below you, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I just missed it. Feel free to repost it and I'll catch it. I'm definitely not ignoring anybody. Gunshots, how are you doing, man? I'm glad you're here. How's your day going? Reaper, I'm glad to see you here too, man. I appreciate your guys' support. Shotgun is the best starter. No, not necessarily. If you want to go hunting, maybe. But if you want to learn how to shoot and get good at it, you're usually better off with the smaller caliber because you can shoot it more often. And you're not learning how to flinch or how to manage recoil. You're learning how to be a marksman. Let's see. Hard in Australia to have all that. Well, you can always come to America, man. Shotguns are big though, and I'm a little weak. Yeah, so start with the 22. That would be a good place to start. There's a lot of great 22s out there. So, the guys in the comments here, feel free to tell him what he should kind of check out. And watch the comments because we help answers. Yeah, absolutely. So if I'm not answering your question, watch the comments because there's quite a few gun tubers in here right now. A lot of knowledge, a lot of really solid people with great channels. So stop ignoring me. Fucking Ammo. Ammo's cool shit, man. You guys should definitely check out his channel. He's a solid dude. He's an electrician, so we can hold that against him. It could be worse. He could be a plumber. But we got room for Australians. There's definitely vacancy for Australians. Especially every day that goes by, there's like a couple more spots available. These lives move fast and seasons come. Yeah, they do. And I hate missing comments. I hate having people that feel like I'm ignoring them. Because I try to read every comment, and you guys probably figure out I try to acknowledge you at least. We got my kid's opening up the computer for me, so he'll help make sure we're not missing anybody's comments. So, Ammo makes my heart hurt. Yeah. He makes me feel funny down below. Yeah, I rate America. Lots of great spots. Yeah, there's a lot of cool places. There's a lot of cool things in every state. Every state's a little different. You know, not only geographically, demographically. You know, like people. You know, gender, age, race. There's a lot of cool places. You know, and from state to state, it's so different. It's like going to different worlds. I mean, you cross state lines and the terrain changes, the people change, the accents change. It's kind of cool. Which is your favorite pistol? It really depends what I'm doing with it. So, like my daily carry is a Glock 26. My favorite competition pistol is a CZ Checkmate. My favorite 22 is my Black Mamba. So, I want to make gun content, but really have no idea what to do. Well, it's easy, man. On your phone, you click the little plus icon in the bottom of the screen, and it gives you some options. And click on there, and you record a short, publish it. So, it's not real hard, and it can be rewarding. You get a lot of cool people. You come in our lives like this and you let us know you're doing content, most of us will check out your channel. Demographically, see, I didn't graduate the 5th grade either, man. I had a hard time saying that. Come on, Patricia. I missed her comment. Probably barely hit the range, just buying things and things. Hey man, I'll tell you what, why don't you go click on the channel and then come back here in 5 minutes and be like, yeah, I was wrong about this guy. He probably shoots more than anybody I know, hands down. And we literally shoot hundreds of thousands of rounds in the summer. My English is not good. I am from Pakistan, and gun culture here is also popular as America, but we don't have any shooting ranges. Few are but expensive. Yeah, he can be a hater. Hey man, like I said, just go on the channel. All you gotta do is go on the channel. rather than sitting there hating and doubting, yeah, all AI. Yeah. All right. Hey, man. You're welcome to hang out and troll. It's cool. But I would encourage you to check out some of the videos. You know, there's some really cool stuff we do. We got some pretty cool stuff. So if you enjoy firearms, I mean, you'll see some cool stuff. Mike Hawk, how are you doing? Gotta say that a little bit better. My cock. I don't know how to even say that name. Sanula, with chicken scratches. That's good. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. How do I feel about 3D printers and making guns? I don't know. I've never tried a 3D printer. I wouldn't mind having one. I do look at them frequently. There'd be some cool stuff you could do with them, but I'd probably end up getting in trouble with it. Brother, I didn't hate comment. I was just telling you. Yeah, you're good, man. Let's see. Let's be nice, man. Let's be cool with people, because like Patricia there. Hey, man, I'm probably gonna have a new subscriber on the channel, and I'm probably gonna see you in the comments. So, like I said, I'm glad you're here. I'm okay with people, you know, trying to get a reaction and stuff. That's all right. If you're just straight being hateful to be hateful, well, shame on you. But if you're giving me shit, I can accept that. I actually appreciate it. I'm the type of guy who likes to give people a hard time, so I'm not going to be offended by it. Instagram, you don't associate with black people. What? I don't know what you mean by that. As we definitely do associate with minorities or colored people. So whatever that means. GX2, I assume you're talking about a Taurus. I don't have any Taurus. LOL, Sir Patrick with his man, woman, yeah. Come on. Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's Patrick Stewart. There you go. I was just trying, but a pew pew machine. I'm not sure what you're just trying to. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we don't sell nothing. If you are a mod and someone deletes the comments or leave it alone or wait till. Generally, there's only a few things that I let my mods or encourage them to delete. When people talk about self-harm, when people talk about firearms in schools, or when people start going, oh, I'm scared. Well, them are the three sure tickets that I boot you from the channel, and I permanently boot you. When I hit that button, I'm done. I hide you from the channel forever. Clutcher, they're all real, bud. Black people are forced on us Americans, and we love them. Yeah, I love some more than others. Generally, most everybody's a solid person. There is a 1911 up there, correct? Watch a tree grow, or yeah. As a hall monitor, I concealed carried a black 22. There you go. What are we talking about? We're just kind of having a conversation. You're welcome to join. Just kind of shooting the shit, man. So, welcome. How are you doing? You should read about robot worked for Neil, helping hand making some automated grenade thing. I just packed the gun. Okay, there you go. I'm not familiar with who that is, so my phone is about to die. I'll be back in 20 minutes. All right, John. Oh shit. Move, Mo. Sorry, Ammo. I forgot. I'm trying to be a man of my word here. There's a mod. Standard. There you go. There you go, Ammo. So, Instinct, if you've never checked out Ammo Alchemist's channel, I would encourage you to do that. He was, on his other channels, he's a mod on here. But he switches channels a lot because YouTube hits him square in the nuts, like, almost daily on something. No, Dylan, it's a Colt. So, I appreciate you, Christopher. Um, DP, no, we don't do that here. I'm sorry. How do you guys carry? What's your favorite way? I carry Glock 26 with an in waistband holster at about 3 o'clock. Maybe between 3 and 4 o'clock. I'm sorry, between 8 and 9 I'm left-handed, so. The CZ up there is a Shadow 2. You're killing the stereotype that gun owners aren't smart. We're not smart. I told you, I graduated the 5th grade the same as my kids. All 3 of my kids graduated the 5th grade with me. So you tell me which one of them kids is the smartest. Maybe get a book hobby. Maybe. Ammo prices are expensive out here in California. I think everything's expensive in California. It's either expensive, it's illegal, or it'll give you cancer. I think that pretty well sums up California, doesn't it? Yeah, it's okay. I won't sell. Do you like the Glock 29 SF? I don't really have any experience with it, so I would be just lying to you. I'm not going to lie to you or regurgitate something. See, I knew there was a reason I liked Hemphy, another lefty. Yeah, I'm left-handed, man. You know, it's I mean, if you're left-handed, obviously you know the struggle. You know. Let me ask you: are you able to use a can opener? Because to this day, I cannot use a can opener to open a can. Vibes, how are you doing? Appreciate you being here. My name is Robert from Uganda. I rescue and care for cats in order to provide them with food, shelter, and medicine. I need your help. Well, why don't you go ahead and donate to me and I'll donate back. I love trigger safeties. Yeah, that's one of the worst things that sucks is you buy a nice firearm and then you have to go buy an ambidextrous safety. Guns are great tools, make a great hobby, base your life around it. Obsessing over screwdrivers. Yeah, I hear you. 100 cents on top of that one. Perfect. You use a Sig 320? Well, the Sig 320s are the firearm you buy your ex-wife's new husband. That's a gift, a wedding gift. So, I really like pistols, but restricted where I can live, so I'm 6 big bore guns. There you go. Yeah, I can't use a regular can opener at all. Scissors, like most of the scissors I can use, if they're a good scissor and they're still sharp, I can, manipulate it enough with my fingers, but fucking can openers, dude, to this day I can't open a can with a normal can opener. I cannot. I try. I even try to do it right-handed. I don't know how y'all do it. I can't do it. So I used to mace 4 times and my firearm 0. There you go. Nothing wrong with macing somebody. Different strokes, different folks. You like living on the edge though? That's okay. Do a desk pop. Oh shit. That may have got the dog. Pink and black one is fire. Yeah, that's my daughter's gun. By the way, I wasn't hating by that just made. You're good, man. I'm not sweating it. I told you I appreciate people that can joke around. I am not politically friendly. I don't have a great sense or filter. Usually, the more offensive something is, the funnier I find it. So, you're not gonna offend me. Now, if you, like I said a minute ago, if somebody were to start attacking me and just trying to be a douche, then yeah, that's a problem. Trying to hook my phone into Bluetooth and excavator, listen to, but have bad reception. It's all right, Orange Smoke. I appreciate you. Harley, did you want to say something, Orange Smoke?
Hi, Orange Smoke.
I told her last night about what you did, and
Thank you.
So she, next time you were on, I was supposed to let her know. I had the option of either, but chose not to deal with the cops. Yeah, if you don't have to take somebody's life, man, you're better off for it. That's a heavy weight. Who makes that slide for the Glock? It's a Glock 17, and that's a Safari Precision. Just use big words, he won't understand. I won't. Absolutely won't. Also, instinct, we are careful about discussing currency. We refer to stuff like that in cheeseburgers. Absolutely. If y'all would, be so kind as double tap that screen for me. That really helps. Helps the algorithms out. Joe, that's fine. You'd be better off calling the ATF though, or Homeland Security. AK is better. AK is better than what? And you got the bronze on that one gun with that, like, the one with next to the second one up. Yeah, that's the Shadow Systems MR920P Elite. I assume that's the one you're talking about, but yeah, the Elite version, it has the bronze colored barrel. 1911's 45. My legs are falling asleep on the toilet. Well, dude, shake them out a little. I mean, there's nothing worse than standing up and doing a nosedive. I mean, yeah, it's a barrel. It's the whole barrel. It's a Shadow Systems MR920P Elite. Their Elite package, you get a steel trigger, you get the bronze barrel. I think the sights are different, but that gun, surprisingly enough, right? That purple one's my daughter's. That pistol with the bronze barrel, you're calling it, that's actually my daughter's pistol too, at 11. So that's the gun she uses for USPSA. So does using a bidet make you gay? Only if when you turn the water, you go, ooh. You do it, ooh, when the water hits your butthole, yeah, it makes you gay. If you do the ooh, like, oh, then no, you're not gay. So just remember that. Don't do the ooh. Yeah, 45. Yep. What is your most reliable pistol? The most reliable pistol somebody can buy is a bone stock Glock. Doesn't matter if it's a Glock 17, a Glock 22, a Glock 26. A bone stock Glock is usually pretty close to 100% most of the time. Sometimes you get ammo-related problems, sometimes whatever, but generally a stock Glock is a very reliable gun. The Berettas, like the Beretta 92 FS I have, the Gersan, very, very reliable guns. And mainly because it's an open port, there's no shroud around the barrel, so even on like a gun that weekly cycles or a cartridge that weekly cycles, it'll generally get out of the way. So this is the information I came here for. Absolutely, I'm glad you came. Not that way. Oh, I'm coming, Daddy. So don't be doing that. That'd be a little weird. Fucking I feel a little good with sound effects. Yeah. Like I said, I am not politically correct. My bosses love me. So, Tactical Llama, man, it's good to see you stop in. I appreciate you. Thank you. I am well practiced. I have made it my life mission to make people around me uncomfortable. I take scenarios and situations that a person should be like behaving themselves, and I make it as awkward and weird and uncomfortable for everybody, including myself, you know. I think some affordable 1911s can be very reliable with the break-in period. Some, you know, some. So if I have a gay accent when saying ooh after a big gay, I would say yes. I would say yes. But you could do it like ooh, yeah, right? That'd be manually. You know, I wouldn't say that would be gay. It was just owning it. Ooh, yeah, right? Do you prefer a CZ over a Glock? So for competition use, I prefer CZ. For a home defense or a concealed carry or something like that, probably a Glock, to be honest. I show a lot of CZs and stuff on here, and I don't show a lot of Glocks, but I do own lots of them, and I've shot them for years, and they're good guns. You know, I wish they would step up a little bit and start giving their customers something like Shadow System does. I would have bought that gun if it were a Glock like that. I would have preferred it. I really find the CZ07, I missed that. Didn't the 1911s have a problem with the metal they were made from? Every gun out there has had metallurgy problems at one time or another. You know, it could be heat treatment, it could be actual pour anything, but metallurgy is a thing, you know, so no gun is exempt from that. That's still kind of gay. It's kind of gay, but not totally gay. So it's like, right? It's not completely committed. That's saying you might bend over, but you're not going to push back. What's the slide on the Glock on the right? That's a Safari Precision. Can we get a desk pop? Man, you're like, dude, I'm going to get the cops called on me. There's a desk pop. Got him. Papa, that's uber gay. Yeah, pushing back is. You can't ever push back. Yeah, shots the gay, but with bass and the voice. Yep. You gotta, you know, turn it into a manly situation. Hey, FE, do you think you're ever going to purchase a Stifler slide at any point? Purchase? I don't know. Maybe. Would I like to get one and review? Him and I talked about it pretty extensively. I would like to review it. I did turn down that Safari Precision. We turned that down and a few other slides in expectation or hopes that we were going to work something out with Stifler first. But Stifler's busy, and AIM Surplus wanted to have us look at some of their products. And I wanted to have time yet this summer to get to the projects. So that slide, along with about a half dozen barrels, and I have a frame coming from them. We're going to basically do a budget build, so a performance budget build. So same cost range as a Dagger, same cost range as these RXMs, but it's going to be a performance-based gun for the exact same money. So that's the purpose of what we're doing. We're going to review the products. So we're going to get back to everybody on that. A cat knocked over cup broke last night. Dad said that we have Chinese dinner. Dot pop damn picky too. Yeah, you gotta watch out for them, man. I missed some more comments. I apologize for that. I have a Stifler slide and it's pretty nice. Yeah, Stifler, they do good work. But like I said, you're in the same position. If you have companies that want to work with you, you're gonna work with them, right? That Tandem Cross lower, that's sponsored. Tandem Cross gave us that. I bought the upper, but they gave us that completed lower. It's actually supposed to be on the purple gun, but we've been switching it back and forth between the two. But would I have spent the money on a Tandem Cross gun? Probably not. When I bought mine, I bought a Black Mamba Vorstern. But I will say this, I really, really do like that Tandem Cross frame and their trigger, all of it. It's quality parts. So would I have spent my money to find out that I liked it? Probably not. Right now, would I tell you that it's worth the money? Absolutely. It's a quality piece. I am very blessed that we met them at GunCon. We had some really great conversations, and they said they were going to send it, and they sent it. It was simple as that. Same with Shaw Barrels. We met Shaw Barrels at GunCon, and they told me, hey, we'll give you a barrel. Send us a gun. I sent them a gun. They have it. You know, they still have it, which is expected. I mean, custom work doesn't happen overnight, but you know, we've had quite a few companies that have put offers out, and some of them we accept, some of them we don't. And we've had a lot of companies that have put offers out we accepted, and then they don't follow through. So, you know, you built your son's Bark Mark 22 for competition out of almost all Tandem Crossbow. Do you do Steel Challenge? That would be, I assume you do. Or I guess you'll have to tell me what competition you're shooting with it. But we built them, yeah. So that's exactly what we did. So when I bought that gun for my daughter, the purple one, I thought I was doing her a solid by getting her a red dot, and I wasn't. She struggles with that. I got to get her a better dot, and I'll come back to that. ASG CZ75D compact. I have a PCR compact. Gideon Optics was one of the companies that said they would be sending products out. We talked to them at GunCon, talked to them through several emails, where they were getting my information, figured out exactly what we wanted, And then some weeks went by. I have a PCR, so that's a 75D compact. You go in past lives or whatever, you'll see it. I mean, by no means this is all the handguns I own. This is just, it was easy to grab. But yeah, they told us they would send things out, and then a few weeks went by, and I didn't want to bother them, but it's like, hey man, I just want to make sure something didn't happen in the mail or whatever. Are they, did they get sent? And we are still planning on sending them, but we're having supply issues, so you are on our list. So, but originally we were going to get the Gideon optic from them, and then we got the tandem cross lower that was going on her purple gun for Steel Challenge. I'm still hopeful that we'll get it. I don't compete too much anymore. 30 plus years was enough for me. Now I have to focus and get the boy right. There you go. So is he shooting optics on the Buckmark? So rimfire optics. What classification is he? Harley generally shoots rimfire rifle optics, and then she shoots rimfire pistol iron sights. And that's the reason that tandem cross lower is on the frame that it is, because of the iron sights. She shoots them better than she shoots that dot. Are you able to change the color or design of the dot like in the games? On these ones, no, but Rue, love the Beretta. It's actually a Gersan MC Deluxe. Yeah, most good optics. Some of them, like some of the Hollow Suns, they have different reticles you can choose that you can switch between. But like the color of decent optics is they're either red or they're green or blue sometimes, and they're not generally interchangeable. Some of the cheaper optics out there, it's a gimmick to them, so people are like, oh man, I can have 10 different brightness settings, 3 different colors, and 4 or 5 different types of reticles. So, you got anything other than pistols? Yeah, I got lots of stuff, man. So, lots and lots of stuff. Rimfire optics, there you go. And rimfire, yep, that's what my daughter shoots too. That's good for kids though. It's fun, Instinct, not usually low end ones will, but it's not a good thing. Yeah, it's not. I remember buying a bunch of cheap optics when I first started, an XX. Yeah, everybody when they first start out, they do that. Like I said, I bought her gun. It was a Lipsy Special, came with the dot. I thought the dot was going to be decent. It's not. It sucks. If it had a larger reticle, it would probably be okay. If it had brightness settings, it would be better. But it doesn't. We were kind of holding out for that stuff to come from Gideon. I was willing to try their products out, and maybe it would have been good, maybe it would have been bad, but it didn't happen, so I have to buy stuff. Now if I have to buy it, it'll probably be Christmas time or her birthday that I do it, because I'll buy her a nice one. So, get a slide cut one or get it milled. Depends on the gun. So, on like a Glock or something fairly inexpensive, you're probably better off just buying a new slide. On something nicer, maybe something like the Shadow 2, where it's not optics ready, that gun you would send in and get milled. There you go. 3 guns a blast. Will you go lay down? We don't shoot too much 3-gun anymore. All the clubs pretty much switched to 2-gun, so rifle, pistol. And they're shooting, instead of doing USPSA multi-gun, they're doing PCSL 2-gun. So that's okay. There's a match coming up here in a couple of weeks. We'll be hitting another one of them. But 3-gun is a blast. Gotta have a nice cart. A lot of shit to carry around, but gotta have a nice cart. Crunch, how are you doing, man? It's been a while since I saw you. I hope you're doing well. Sticks, I'm glad you're here. It's always good seeing you here too, man. I won't use any of those in self-defense stuff, but I just have it as a little joke gun. Yeah. I mean, the 45 you could use for self-defense, or the shadow system. It would work. How can I put an optic on my Beretta M9? So there's a couple ways. You could get it drilled and tapped for a frame-mounted optic, or you could buy one of the newer versions that comes optics ready. I don't know Or you could do a dovetail mount too, so you could drift the rear sight out and put a dovetail mount in there and put an optic on it that way. That's a pretty common way to see people put dots on pistols, or Beretta style pistols, I should say. I don't know how to say your name, but 1911, I appreciate it, man. I'm okay, always nice to hear you. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming back. And Papa's back, so I suppose I could pay more attention to the actual laptop so I can see these messages. My kid's downstairs, he's cleaning his Tactical Sport Orange. It's funny because I was watching him shoot it this last weekend, and the gun ran. It ran, but that slide was getting pretty slow. It was getting pretty slow. So buy a push tool to take off the rear sight would be the best way. You can use a brass punch and just drift it off. But if you wanted to buy one of the push tools, you can buy some cheap ones, decent ones, right? We bought one off of eBay, so like comparatively it would have been a few $100s, and we bought a Chinese version of it, exactly the same thing, and I think it was like $30 shipped. So I would tell you absolutely check out eBay for that stuff. You know, you can spend big money on sight pushers. And generally, you know, is it better to buy American? Yes, absolutely. But is it better to spend $30 versus $200? It is. You know, but yeah. Trying to think where you would look. I'm not sure exactly the website you would go to find the dovetail mount for the Beretta, but if you did a Google search, dovetail optic mount Beretta 92 FS, something will come up, and then you would pick which one you want. You could probably check out like Tony Systems, TONI Systems. They might make them. So I have over 1,300 invested in my sight tool. Yeah, I believe that. You can, like I said, you can spend big money on them. You asked that already. You got anything other than pistols? Yeah, I got lots of stuff, dude. I got everything from a 17 HMR to a 50 BMG. So, thing is I use a table. You know, when I put the 50 BMG out, you'll see the action. You won't see the barrel. You won't see the stock. You see the action of it because it's big. But if you want to see things being shot, man, go to the channel. We shoot the 50 on the channel. We shoot AR-15s on the channel. We shoot MP5 clones. We shoot all kinds of stuff, man. If you can think of it, we probably have shot it on the channel. Scars, Strybogs, all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of stuff. No, I'm not sweating it, but yeah, no, we all kinds of stuff. You know, I wouldn't even know where to start and stop. I mean, we got a pretty good variety of things. So, like I said, I'd encourage you to go to the channel. Scroll back a ways if you don't see things. So you can, but I have a Beretta fetish, so I may not give it back. You know, as far as Berettas go, or the Gersan, I like the guns. I just don't like them being left-handed because that transfer bar, it breaks your thumbs. It pushes your thumbs off the frame. So unless you shoot with your thumbs off of it, which I don't, that sucks. That's a shitty design that way. What do you think about the Smith & Wesson 357? Smith & Wesson makes good firearms. Nobody can really dispute that. They make good guns. FE, I ended my live 5 short of 1,000. Damn, good luck. Hey man, you gotta ride it out. So gotta be patient. You never know, man. Everything's ups and downs. The people that come and go in your lives are up and down. You know, one live you'll do 3-4 hours and you'll get 500 people. Your next live you'll do for an hour and you'll get 10,000 people. You never know. It all depends who's on TV or who's on YouTube, what they're watching, you know, and what their interest is. So, you You know, I'll tell you this though, Papa. Right? Take this for what I'm saying. The number of subscribers you had doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have 1,000 or 100,000. What matters is when you click in your videos and your shorts, how many views you have. That's when you know you're doing something right. That's what matters. You know, people come and go. You know, the subscribers is just it used to matter, but it doesn't. You know, if you have 100,000 subscribers and you only get 1,000 views on a video, what have you accomplished? If you have 500 subscribers and you get 1,000 views on a video, you know what I mean? So understand, everything goes up and down. You know, you'll get a couple week period where you're just fucking killing it, and then you'll have 2 months where it does nothing. So, just a pistol with a Hawkeye's grip. I'm not sure what you mean by a Hawkeye grip, like the bird's head, like the. Trying to think what they're called, the Bisleys. What's the biggest rifle you have shot on the channel? 50 BMG. We shoot my Barrett on here all the time. I have a Barrett M82. So, semi-automatic box-fed rifle. Yeah, Llama's pretty good shit too. I try to catch his lives. He's got some good content. No, it doesn't hurt the shoulder. It's not a bad rifle to shoot. It's heavy. So the Barrett without optic, without being loaded, is 39 pounds. So you're not standing up and shooting it. It moves you. It's a good push against you, but as far as like pain, no, it doesn't hurt at all. It'll move you. Don't be mistaken by that. It's like somebody comes up and gives you a good shove. That's the good way of putting it. Somebody comes up and shoves you, or somebody comes up and punches you. That's about the difference, right? D-Dog, what's going on? I took a half day at work. I had a horrible headache this morning. So 7:45 I was out of there. I came home, sitting in the AC, drinking some water, took some pills, you know, just doing that shit. Multi-creator live the other night was good. Yeah, I caught part of it. Imagine trying to run with that bell. Yeah, not for me, man. D-Dog, aren't you supposed to be working? Are you on break? D-Dog's another good channel. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but he's a USPSA shooter. He's got a lot of great range footage. Cool shit too. I won't even lie. He's a cool shit. Got to get the Bay Wolf to the range. I've never owned a Bay Wolf, the 50 Bay Wolf. A friend of mine has one, and I'll be honest, I didn't enjoy shooting it very much. I shot it because I don't want to sound like a little bitch after the first shot, but it's for hogs or something. It would be badass, right? But I'm gonna get off lives for today. You think you'd be doing a live? I'm gonna suspect we're probably gonna do one Thursday. That'll be the next live. Be on Thursday. It'll be usually I do them in the late afternoon, somewhere about 2:45 to usually about 5:30. So I don't have any jobs going on right now for a week. There you go. So you're just chilling. That's all right. What are your thoughts on Sig? Some of Sig's products are decent, but I really don't like the company, and that's not something like me jumping on the bandwagon. I've felt that way for years with them. There's some shit going on there that just isn't right. So yeah, man, you be good. I'll catch you another time. I think usually people get notifications. The last live I did, I scheduled it, and nobody got notifications for it, so I won't schedule anymore. Or if I do schedule it, I'll cancel it and then just go live so people get the notification. So yeah, you have a good day, man. I appreciate you coming in. It'll be great to get to know you and see you around. Yeah, you'll have to check out D-Dog's footage. Yeah, I assume. So like I said, the published one, nobody got notified for that, which was really weird. It was the first time I tried publishing a live, or not publishing it, scheduling it, and for whatever reason, people didn't get notified. When I just go live, everybody gets notified. So it's kind of weird. I don't understand how that works. I don't think anybody understands exactly how YouTube works. They do some really weird shit. But let's see. Like I said a few times now, if you guys haven't, would you consider hitting that like button? I'd appreciate it. It helps the channel out. It's always a good thing. If you haven't, consider subscribing to the channel. If you like firearms, you're in the right place. If you're into video games and you like that first person view or that type of stuff, there's some videos on here like that we've been doing. So that's alright. Your wife is gone with your daughter for 3 days. Oh shit, somebody's daytime masturbating. Dry fire practice in your socks. Absolutely. Hey Gage, come here. Where did they go, D-Dog? They go visit family or something like that? I already did 3 times. Hell yeah. Fucking she'll come back, your hands will be blistered and calloused. You look like you lost 10 pounds. And you'll get the, oh, what did you do while we were gone? And it'll be, how come there's so many crusty socks in the dirty clothes? Yeah, they went up to the north to her parents' cabin. That'll be fun. That air quality though is questionable. That air quality, man, and you're even further north than we are, but that shit's bad. I mean, it's like, it's hazy outside. It's like you're at a campground and everybody's got a fire going. It's bad. It's really bad. Yesterday was worse. That's probably why I have a headache, is when I fucking smoke. But you got it clean? Yeah. Where does it show the legs? But yeah, that'll be fun for your old lady and her parents to get to spend time with the little one. And it's always cool having a little alone time. When we went up a couple of months ago, the air was so bad from the fires, it made all of us sick. Yeah, I believe that. The world is on fire about 30 miles from me. Out on the res, can't even see the mesa most of the day. Yeah, there's a lot of fires going on, like a crazy amount of fires. I have a Sig 320, not sure how I feel. I don't, would you go lay down? Damn it. Just won't stay off of me, dude.
I haven't been off paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about the Sig 320. I mean, if you can recover some of your resources from it, it might be a good thing. I don't know. Or maybe look at how these people are manipulating them to get them to go off. Maybe confirm that yours isn't going to do that. Go. I don't even want to deal with you no more. All right, Tactical Llama, you have a good day, man. I'll catch you on one of your lives again, for sure. So, how many Sig 320s did you have, D-Dog? So, like I said, I think if I had one, looking at how these guys are getting them to go off, I would definitely try that times 10. And I don't know that. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I would do with it. So, I mean, I had 2 of them, the X5 Legion and one I built. There you go. Tested yours and nothing. Yeah, I mean, eventually here, right, there's enough stuff going on that they're probably going to end up being forced to do a recall on them. And I don't think it'll be we're going to fix it a 5th time. It's going to be, they're going to have to buy them back. I mean, I can't imagine. Or what you do, I don't know if you're married or if you've ever been married, but if you have been married and you have an ex-wife, and especially if she's getting remarried, give it to him. Give it to your ex-wife's new boyfriend or new husband with an appendix holster. You know, that's the gift that keeps on giving. I tested mine and they were good, but I'm not a gambling man. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'll be honest. From when they first came out, so like the Sig 320s, and this is the difference. Everybody thinks it's a double action firearm. They're not. It's a single action firearm. It's cocked. You know, if it's been cycled, it's cocked. And that's part of the problem. You know, the Sig 320 was a copy and paste from their hammer-fired guns with some modifications. You know, that's why they have great triggers, you know. But it's also what's leading to the issues, you know. You'll hear people say, you know, a Glock can have a negligent discharge. Not like a fucking Sig, you know. There's a whole lot to go wrong there, but, you know, people don't understand that. They think the Sig 320 is a double action firearm, and it's not. It's a single action firearm, you know. Obviously, you pull the trigger, you release the sear, and the striker moves forward, but it's cocked. It's already cocked, you know, and that's part of the problem is the fact that it's cocked. So, if done correctly, I mean, it's fine, right? But you know, things happen. You know, tolerance stacking is a thing. You know, some of these critical components, Sig's not manufacturing them in house. They have multiple vendors for these parts. Multiple vendors. They're giving them a spec sheet, a blueprint, saying we want 10,000 of these parts at this dimension plus or minus. So the manufacturer, who's ever the cheapest bidder or has the capacity to produce that 10,000, they're getting the contract, and they're in spec. You know, the parts are in spec, but there's tolerance stacking. You know, if you have plus or minus 1,000s or plus or minus 2,000s on a part, and one part's maxed out at 3,000s, and the other part that connects to it or mates with it is maxed out to 3,000 on the other end, that part is now 6,000s out of spec, you know. So the tolerance stacking is a thing, and that goes with everything, not only firearms, but everything, you know, automobiles, all kinds of stuff. So in machining, you'll get a lot of parts that'll say plus or minus 2,000s or plus or minus 3,000s, but then they'll have a maximum separation. So with this component, they can't have a max one way or another, and it usually cuts the tolerance in half. My Sig shoots amazing. It's just not a good feeling that I don't trust it. For now, just a range gun, home defense gun, without round in the chamber. You know, even for a home defense gun, I don't know that it would bother me to have it loaded. Obviously, I wouldn't sleep with it pointed at me, but I don't think it would bother me if it were in a drawer, you know. But carrying it around, or maybe something where I'd be manipulating it, like even in a vehicle, right? I wouldn't leave that in my glove box, you know. I definitely wouldn't be carrying it in a holster, you know. And I think there's probably a whole lot more going on here with the whole thing than has been published. You know, there's definitely more to this. Something that nobody's really talked about, and like I said, with tolerance stacking, it's quite possible some of these parts weren't properly heat treated, and after use, you know, you start getting getting surfaces worn down, maybe. I don't know. You know, sometimes when you heat treat parts, they grow in size. So if they manufactured a part and it was in spec, it was heat treated, it grew out of size. Now again, your tolerance stacking. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that think they have the answer, and a lot of people that are able to produce the results that there's, you know, they're uncommanded discharges, but I don't think anybody truly knows 100% fact of what's going on. You know, that the study the FBI did, it leads to a pretty good, no pun intended, but a smoking gun. But I think there's even more going on there than just that. I don't know. I think there's a lot more going on than we know about. And it's quite possibly, man, you know, these guys are manufacturing parts. It could be a manufacturer that produced these parts and they were out of spec and they sold them. And then Sig got 10,000 parts and they knew they were out of spec. But production demands are production demands. And hey, they fit together and appear to function normally. Fuck it, send it. If it fits, ship it, right? So there's going to have to be some very, very, very hard auditing that happens. They're going to have to audit their suppliers and contractors and vendors, and they're going to have to internally audit management. They're going to have to go in and look at emails, text messages, and they will. That's being that they're contracted to a government facility. Nothing is confidential, and you're able to access it, and they will. You can. I guarantee they probably already are. They're in accessing everybody's cell phone, looking at text messages, looking at voicemail messages, looking at emails, and then they're doing it. And that's part of the thing that vendors, when they're doing government work, they accept too, that all their stuff will be audited. Their quality checks, their production, their scrap, everything. So there's going to be some answers, but it's going to take time, you know. And just because of the type of work I do in my field, I know that happens. You know, it's a very, very long and drawn out process, but they're going to figure some shit out. I have no real opinion on Sig. I think most of what they've made since Sig Arms became a thing is garbage. The classic West German made P series is excellent, otherwise fuck Sig. Yeah, I mean I do like some of their rifles. You know, the MPX is decent, the MCX is decent. I think they're overpriced, but a company, they have to have honor and integrity. You know, everybody puts profit over quality. Everybody puts production numbers over quality. And when you're working for a company or corporation, you guys know this, right? The bottom line is out the door it goes. If we're not making money, we don't need you. You know, so it's quite possibly some of these guys that are assembling these guns said, hey man, this isn't right. And, you know, they're told to put it together anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. I see it, like I said, I see it with my job, you know, where people raise the flag and say, hey, this isn't right, this isn't in spec, this doesn't meet quality, and we're told the government wants their shit. They want their shit, send it. So, I don't know. Kind of shitty, but it does happen. So, that's what I know. Man, looks like our views died right out though, huh? Still shows we got 10 people. Probably the whole tangent about Sig, I guess, probably didn't do any good. But I was like, they're 226s and they're 229s. I was never that big of a fan of them. I thought they were top heavy, and I didn't really like the way they fit in my hand. it's just kind of the way that is. I don't know. I guess we kind of died out here on the live, so maybe be a good spot just to kill it. Never cared for the 226, but the OG 225 and 2220. Absolutely, they're top notch, phenomenal shooting pistols. I mean, they kind of set the bar as far as accuracy. You know, nobody can disagree with that. And it's sad that a company decides to open up operations in the United States and the quality goes down the drain. That's not the way that should be. And that's not the production worker. That's management. That's corporate greed. Give me a little brush. But yeah, that's the way I always felt about 226 too. It just wasn't balanced. And a lot of people liked it. You know, they thought it was the greatest thing ever, and it never did anything for me. So, but I'm gonna get off here. I guess it's lunchtime. I should probably eat something. I appreciate you gunshots for hanging out, man. The rest of you that were here, I appreciate all of you. There's only a few of us here, so you guys enjoy the rest of your day and do something productive. Go do some shooting. Get your boy out, do some shooting. I'm glad that you do that with your kid, because it's some of the funnest times you can have with your kid is seeing them be competitive. You know, especially with my kids competing against each other. It's cool to see. It's, you know, the shit talking they do is amazing. It makes me smile. But I appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great day. Maybe we'll see you Thursday for a live. It'll be early afternoon, late afternoon, early evening. Catch y'all later.